notes on the Jews. Jews are antisocial, destructive, intolerant, mean-spirited, deceitful, etc. They wish to destroy, ruin, kill, rob, whoever gets in their way. To facilitate them getting what they want, they have developed a perverted, unnatural, destructive, evil lifestyle. Even though they live off of the non-Jews as parasites, they still hate them and wish to destroy them. Jews hate nature and the natural order because it's pure and beautiful, and also because it's bigger and stronger than they are, and they feel that they cannot fully control it. Nature's beauty and harmony stands in stark contrast to their squalidness and ugliness, and that makes them hate it all the more. Jews are destroyers. They are anti-human. The anti-human Jew hates and wants to destroy all non-Jews. He will also destroy even other Jews who are less destructive and evil than he is if they get in his way. Apparently, the wickedness of the Jew is genetically based. The Jews are destroyers. They are anti-human. By the act of circumcision, the Jew shows his hatred towards nature and the natural order. By this bloody, cruel, senseless act, he shows his cruelty and sadism, and that he will stop at nothing to obtain an end. Surely the Jews are also behind Islamic circumcision, which serves as an ideal cover and distraction from their own wickedness in this regard. Jews are truly anti-human and anti-nature. Jews are intensely selfish, intolerant, and antisocial, etc. They are full of hate, greed, malice, etc. Naturally, other people, i.e. the non-Jews, don't like to be bulldozed aside, robbed, and murdered by the Jews, and will sooner or later resist. That is where the lies and deceit of the Jews come into play.
But first, let's see how the Romans almost entered the Industrial Revolution nearly 2,000 years before it actually happened. Rome changed human history forever, but this invention might have been their greatest missed opportunity: the steam engine. An invention so powerful it would later ignite the Industrial Revolution and reshape the modern world. And yet, the Romans dismissed it. Behind the invention, of course, was Hero of Alexandria. Among his many creations, the aeolipile stands out, and it was in fact the first documented reaction steam turbine in history. The machine consisted of a hollow metal sphere with one nozzle on each side, mounted on pivoting tubes. Beneath it was a sealed kettle lifted from the ground. The purpose was to heat the kettle from below. When the fire was lit, the water inside the kettle boiled and the steam rose up through the two pipes, all the way into the sphere. With nowhere to escape, the steam would have to go through the nozzles, forcing the sphere to spin. It worked, a functioning steam engine in the 1st century, something that wasn't reinvented until 1712. But people saw it as a spectacle rather than a machine for work. Unknowingly, he had stumbled upon the core principle that would shape the world into the modern era. But the next invention on the list was completely unexplained for even longer, and scientists couldn't figure it out until 2023. There are multiple examples of modern concrete structures that have crumbled after just a few decades, yet some of the most remarkable Roman buildings still stand nearly 2,000 years later. But how? The answer almost sounds like magic. They used self-healing concrete. MIT researchers worked to solve this mystery for years, and when they finally figured it out, they realized something incredible. What seemed like low-quality mixing of the concrete turned out to be very intentional and actually the key to its incredible lifespan.
Statue called the Statue of Liberty. It's holding the torch of illumination, which is the Promethean torch of Freemasonry. And if you go to the Statue of Liberty, you'll see a bronze plaque inside saying that this was given to the government of America by the French Grand Orient Temple Masons. And it is a symbol of Grand Orient Freemasonry in America, the holder of the light. And that's exactly the same torch that is carried during the Olympics. It is the torch of Prometheus.
It's not the torch of freedom.
No, it's not the torch of freedom.
Of the Illuminati.
Illumination. To add also that on the back of the Liberty dime, on the back of the old dime in America, there was the fasci, which you look in the encyclopedia or dictionary, you look at the word fascism, you'll see that the symbol for world fascism was a bundle of sticks, or bundle of rods with a hatchet head. That was on the back of the
Well, you see that
dime.
on each side of the speaker's podium at Congress.
Oh, absolutely.
So they have the fasci on each side.
Absolutely, and it's also the symbol for the United States Senate is the fasci. But the point I want to make is that was on the old dime. Now on the new dimes, you will see it has been transplanted a torch instead of the old fasci, because fascism was used at one time to prepare the world for the New World Order. Now the New World Order is in place. That's why on the dollar bill it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, is New Order of the World.
This is it, an EUV, or extreme ultraviolet lithography system. It is likely the most complicated machine humans have ever built. The school bus-sized machine comprises 100,000 parts and weighs nearly 200 tons. So what exactly does this EUV machine do? Chip manufacturers use lithography machines to project circuit patterns onto silicon wafers. For decades, they have kept shortening the wavelengths of light on lithography machines to print features for ever smaller transistors, and water immersion lithography to get the most out of today's 193 nanometer wavelength light. But to make transistors even tinier, the industry needs lithography machines that use radically shorter wavelengths. This EUV machine produces light at 13.5 nanometers. Compared to today's machines, that wavelength is more than 10 times smaller. So how does this machine work? Put on your best thinking cap, and I will try to explain it simply. First, extreme ultraviolet light does not exist naturally on Earth, so we have to generate it. Because this tool is so large, it needs 3 floors in the fab. Its laser, about 15 times more powerful than ones used to cut steel, sits on the level below the clean room. A beam transport transmits the laser pulse up a floor into the EUV machine, where a generator fires tiny droplets of metal tin, each droplet only about 1/3 the diameter of a human hair. And that powerful laser, flashing at 50,000